What's going on, gamers? Today, we're going to be going over how to install the Origins mod. Before we get into this tutorial, don't forget to give this video a like, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you can get notified of all our tutorials we upload, just like this one. You know, it's been the same story with Minecraft for a while. Spawn into your Minecraft world, and you start out with the same running speed, same blue jeans, and same brown hair. You're just a dude. A simple Steve who has nothing but the ambitions and drive for the future, which is cool and all, but haven't you ever wished for more? What if I told you that you could spawn in with remarkable yet not overpowered passive abilities that spice up your Minecraft experience? Well, with the Origins mod for Fabric, you can do exactly that. Today, we're going to be going over a general guide on how to install it and how to play the Origins mod, and we're going to show you everything it has to offer. You are, of course, going to need to have Fabric and Fabric API installed client-side before, and if you don't know how to do that, you can, of course, head to apexhosting.com and head over to our knowledge base and search up Fabric Installer. And then look up our guide on how to install Fabric. Then once you've got Fabric installed, you can go ahead and get started on installing the Origins mod. Below the video, we're going to link to a CurseForge page in which you can download the Origins mod. So make sure to click that link so you can get here. And make sure that you find the Fabric API. It's already linked there, so you're going to want to open that up in a new tab. And then you're going to want to head over to Files, and you're going to want to look for a version that's compatible with your version of Minecraft. We're running 1.16.5, so we're going to look for the green version for that version of Minecraft. Then you can click on the download for that download. Once it's done downloading, you're going to want to keep that file, wait for it to finish, and then move it over to a folder where you can easily locate it later on. Now that we've got that sorted out, what you're going to want to do is head over to the Origins page and do the same sort of thing. Head to File, then you're going to look for the recommended version for your version of Minecraft, and here we found one that works for us, and we're going to go ahead and click the download once we're sure. Once it downloads, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to keep that file, and once it's done, we're going to click and drag it over to a folder where we can easily locate it later on. Once you've got both of these downloaded, you're going to want to make sure that you've already played 1.16.5 on your Minecraft launcher. If you haven't, you're going to want to go ahead and open up Minecraft and play 16.5. But if you have, all you're going to need to do to install these mods is go ahead and type in %appdata% after you hit the Windows key and then hit enter. Then you're going to go ahead and click into your .minecraft folder. Then you can go ahead and click into your mods folder, then just click and drag these two files over to the mod folder of your Minecraft install. Then, once you open up Minecraft, you're going to want to go ahead and make sure that you use the Fabric launcher, and then go ahead and click play. Confirm that and then click OK, and you should launch Minecraft with the Fabric API and the Origins mod for Minecraft installed. The first part of installing Origins onto your server is heading to your main server panel and making sure that you stop your server, as this is something you need to do before you make any changes on your server. Once your servers come to a full stop and it's offline, go ahead and scroll down to the jar file selection part of the page. From here, go ahead and click on the drop down and search up Fabric. Then, select the version of Fabric you'd like to use for your server that's compatible with Origins, and click on Change Version. Then, go ahead and create a new world to avoid any issues. Once that's done, go ahead and click Restart Now to make sure that your changes are in effect on your server. Then, once your server is fully online, you can go ahead and jump into FTP file access and log in with your information. And then we're going to go ahead and find the mods folder. When you scroll down and find the mods folder, go ahead and click into that folder, and then click on Upload to the left of the page. Once you click on Upload, click on the folder with the mods that you previously put in there, and click and drop them into the drop files part of the page. When the Fabric and the Origins mod upload to 100% and uploaded 2 out of 2 files, you can go ahead and click on the name of your server at the top of the page. This is going to take you back to the main panel for your server. Then you can either start or restart your server to get it up and running. To check on the process of your server, you can click on Console to the left of the page. Now that the server is online, feel free to hop into your server with your Origins mod loaded correctly. In the Origins mod, you get to start off as a character with abilities similar to the mobs in Minecraft. Today, we're going to be going over the different types of abilities that these different roles have, and we're going to start off with the Elytrian. They have teleportation. When you press G, it'll throw an Ender Pearl. You're also very scared of water as an Elytrian because you receive damage when in water over time. And you're also scared of pumpkins as an Elytrian. The last ability that you have is you can reach a little bit further when you're destroying blocks. The Merling is quite possibly the most challenging role, but it's also the most fun role because it completely challenges the way you play Minecraft. When you play the Merling, one of your abilities is the ability to breathe underwater. So instead of playing Minecraft on land, you're playing it in the ocean or in bodies of water. Another ability you can use is the ability to see underwater. No pun intended, of course, but when you're playing a Merling, you can look underwater, and it kind of feels like you have night vision. Another ability that you have is you can break blocks underwater at normal speeds. So, in vanilla, where you struggle to destroy blocks underwater, now when you play the Merling, you can break blocks underwater, like you were above water. You also have increased swim speed, which is pretty cool and very useful when you spend most of your time underwater during this playthrough. Another ability that you have is the ability to not sink underwater. By this, I mean that you can swim, but if you're breaking blocks for whatever reason, you can choose to stay at that level that you're at, unless you press shift, which will cause you to sink. The thing that makes Merling so challenging is that unless it's raining, when you're above ground, you take damage because you can't breathe unless you're in water. So take that in mind when you are playing the Merling. The Phantom is a really cool but really hard to play role in this mod. The Phantom can switch in and out of the Phantom state. In the Phantom state, you can walk through solid blocks and you kind of have an X-ray vision depending on where you're positioned in certain blocks. You're also invisible while you're in the Phantom state, but you get hungrier over time in the Phantom state, so sometimes it is less of a benefit to be in the Phantom state. Also, when you're in the daylight but you're not in the Phantom state, you will begin to burn from the sunlight, and that's pretty notable because when you are a Phantom, you have 3 less hearts of life than you do by default. The Elytrian class is definitely one of the harder classes in this mod. By name, the Elytrians have Elytra wings by default, and they always have them on. Every 30 seconds they can also launch themselves up into the air, plus you deal double damage while you're in Elytra flight. But there are some negatives that make Elytrians a little bit more challenging than some of the other roles here. They can only wear light armor, so that's chainmail or less, plus they take more kinetic damage from stuff like fall damage and flying into blocks. They also receive slowness and weakness when they're in places with lower ceilings. So, the Elytrian is definitely a little bit harder than some of the other roles. Blazeborns are born in the Nether, so you're always going to spawn or start in the Nether. Blazeborns are immune to fire, and they're also immune to lava damage. They deal more damage while they're burning, so if you're immune to fire on lava, why wouldn't you be hitting mobs while you're on fire? They're also immune to poison and hunger. The difficult thing about starting in the Nether is that it's insanely difficult to get back in the overworld. At least, it's more difficult to get to the Nether from the overworld. And once you do get to the overworld, you're going to take damage while you're in contact with water, so that means you're going to only be traveling on water with the boat. Playing the avian role isn't too difficult, but there are some negatives to it. First off, you need to sleep at high altitude, so wherever you do end up sleeping at, you're gonna need to be above a hill or maybe above a mountain. Also, avians can eat meat, so you're going to be stuck to a vegetarian diet. Some benefits to playing the avian, or things that make it easier: you have permanent slow falling, and you are a little bit quicker when you play the avian. The arachnid, or the spider roll, has the ability to climb like a spider would. Also, when you hit foes, it drops a cobweb on them temporarily, so that you have an easier time fighting them. Arachnids also have 3 less hearts of life than you regularly would in Minecraft, plus they can only eat meat. So that's 2 downsides you're going to have to consider when choosing arachnid. The shulker, or the shulker class, is one of the easier classes that you can play as. They have 9 additional inventory slots with don't drop on death. They also have natural protection, which by default, they always have armor on. They can also break stone bricks without a pickaxe, which is super useful for people who mine a lot. 2 downsides are that 1, you can't use shields, or you can equip shields, but you just can't block with them, and they also exhaust quicker, meaning that they hunger quicker. And felines are quite possibly the most OP, or the easiest to play, of the classes that are in this mod. To start off with, felines don't take any fall damage. They also can jump higher if you're sprinting. Felines also have a slight amount of night vision. Plus, they scare creepers away if you don't hit them first, of course. There is some stuff that is a bit annoying. One of the biggest downsides, which really lowers all of the upsides, is that felines can only mine natural stone when they're at most 2 adjacent stones. So if you're trying to mine or trying to create a mine shaft or something, you're going to have a lot of difficulty trying to mine. Plus, felines also have 1 less heart of life. Not to worry though, if you want to play a server that has the Origins mod installed, you can still play it as a regular Steve. No issue in that regard. Well folks, that's all I've got for you today, and as always, I hope you have lots of fun.
Thanks for watching. If you want to see more great content like this, then subscribe or click these videos. Until next time, gamers.